Just waiting for it. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to On the Bench, episode 2. I am Roshan Bachi, the treasurer.
I'm Abby. I'm the president of the society.
We've also got Josh Brown, who's our vice president at the moment. We have our two guests today. We have Olivia, big Leeds fan, and we have Josh Brackstone, a big Reading fan and a lover of anything Sonic. So, I think the best thing to do today is we will start off with how our teams have gone. Let's start over in the Championship, our lower tier, with Josh Brackstone. How have Reading done this week?
We beat Luton 2-1 on Boxing Day, which was good. We got Tom McIntyre and Alpha Tomato, first goals in Reading colours. Yep. Big one for Tom McIntyre. Beautiful goal from corner whipped in, first time on the volley. Expect that from your striker, not your centre back. So it's good to see, and he's a big Reading fan as well. So it's very nice to see. I don't think we played particularly amazing, but we got the result and really needed that to keep in the playoff paces. Swansea in the week, which is going to be a tough one. You know how they play.
Yeah,
very nice football, strong squad, second in the league. So it's going to be a tough one.
Second.
Yeah,
you reckon you beat them?
Oh, that's a tough question to ask. I'm going to say I'm hoping for a draw, but I think they might edge it.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think Swansea, they're looking pretty strong, even without a quality striker. They've still got like Andre Ayew, Jamal Lowe up top. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm favouring Swansea right now.
Fair enough. I mean, that's pretty good. You're doing what, 6th at the moment in the league? It's not too bad.
Yeah, 6th in the moment after our little patch of losses early November.
Oh yeah, we'll remember that.
Yeah, we'll not talk over that after our brilliant start. Had the losses, but yeah.
I mean, I know obviously, as a United fan, I'd love to see you back up in the Premier League. For us, it was an easy win, so I don't know about everybody else. I'd personally love him back up. Anybody else would love him?
You know what? Nothing's an easy win anymore. So.
I mean,
you know that, Dean, don't you? You know that, Dean.
Sheffield United is an easy win. Come on, everyone knows that. The Sheffield United are. What about you, Olivia? Would you like to see Reading up?
Yeah, I think they're a decent team, to be fair. It was always a good game when Leeds playing in the Championship, so.
Fair enough. Let's go with, while we've got you here, let's go with Leeds. How have they done this weekend?
We did a Burnley to Burnley, so I don't think there's much we can say about that. I mean, there was some controversial points, including the ref being a Leeds fan, which I agree with. He was really bad. I don't understand how the Burnley goal wasn't a goal. This should have definitely stood. I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
Oh yeah, when Ashley Barnes put it in the back of the net after a Meslier. Yeah, challenge.
Yeah, if anything, Meslier needs me in the back. So, if anything, it should have. It was never a foul on Meslier. So I'm not really sure there. I'm a bit confused as to why people are saying it wasn't a penalty in Bamford, though. Like on Match of the Day 2, they were all saying it wasn't a penalty, but like he gets clearly taken out by Pope's arms, even if he does touch the ball. So I'm a bit confused by that. I thought we had a really good defensive performance, though. Phillips was man of the match for me. He was always getting those little touches to put it away for a corner. I thought it should have been a draw. I think we had the first half, Burnley had the second half, but Burnley didn't have enough chances to put it away.
Because I remember I was watching the game, obviously, because my dad's a Leeds fan. As I was watching the game, I saw the first half, Leeds, I think, had something like five shots and Burnley had 1. Second half, you see it, Burnley ended up having 10 shots in that second half. They went mental that second half, but they did pretty good holding out.
I think their problem was they didn't have Dwight McNeil, who is normally on corners, because obviously our problem is set pieces, isn't it? And they kept putting it in towards Meslier, who was obviously just, punching it away. Sorry. So I think that's where their fault was. You can argue, either one could have won, but realistically, Burnley, who are good at set pieces, should have been putting in against. that.
I mean, it
So-
looked it when I thought they were going to score at a point because when I was watching it, I saw Alioski marking Ashley Barnes. I was like, come on, how are they not sticking on Ashley Barnes' head right now? Alioski's tiny; he shouldn't even be in the box.
I know. Literally, I do not understand why they kept putting the ball towards Meslier. And I think it is because Dwight McNeil was in there, who is normally on set pieces, and he's quite good at that. So maybe on a different day, it might have been a different story because obviously Dwight McNeil's injured at the moment. But
Yeah, that's true.
I think, I also think that penalty incident showed why we need Ayling at right back. Like that ball he put over the top, we're missing that. But he's a good centre back, at the moment. But we do really need him back at right back.
Were you playing 5 at the back of the weekend? I believe is you either doing 5 at the back or 3 at the back. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, we had Struich, Phillips, and Ayling as centre backs.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I remember watching just them 3. Because when I watch the team and I see Phillips not pushing up, and I see Ayling not pushing up, I know they're playing the centre backs and guaranteed. Because that's the thing,
Yeah,
Leeds like pushing out wide, and I quite like it. It's similar to like Chelsea style of play.
Yeah, we do. Obviously, Ayling used to do so many overlapping runs at the start of the season when we had Koch and Cooper, Ulster. I mean, we've had 6 or 7 different centre back pairings, so I can't keep up. But yeah, I think we do really miss Ayling because he does those overlapping runs, and I think that ball that he put in for Bamford's penalty just showed that's what we're missing at the moment. But at the same time, I was looking at some stats, and we have 25 goals, and we've outscored Man City.
Wow.
So,
I mean, you've been a very attacking team. I think Liverpool probably the highest because of their 7-0 win against Crystal. I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, I think Chelsea are second,
Yeah, I'd say loads of teams have been attacking, but I think Leeds are definitely up there in terms of most attacking team.
I mean, we've obviously shipped the most goals in the Premier League, but we have more clean sheets than 12 teams, including Liverpool and Man United.
I mean, yeah, we've been appalling.
I think that just goes to show, though, defence is a really big problem this year. It's not just one team; it's multiple teams.
Every team's struggling. I mean, Villa are doing fine. I think they've got the most clean sheets. They're doing perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like defenders either. So.
Oh yeah, no.
Great.
For us, we struggle because we struggle keeping a clean sheet, not because of David De Gea, but because of our centre back pairings of either Maguire and Lindelof, or even the other game where we were playing Lindelof as a right back because we've got no Wan-Bissaka. We just go stupid. But I know obviously my weekend was good because we got a win. I know someone had a awful 3-1 loss. Abby, would you like to?
Who was that? I don't remember.
Would you like to elaborate on that, Abby?
Oh, honestly,
I remember Bukayo Saka.
The first half was just terrible to watch. It was so bad. I mean, can we all agree that was never a penalty, regardless?
Yeah. No. Tierney said he dived. He said it after the game.
Well, there we go. I mean, it was so clear that he was instigating that contact. But anyway, penalty or not, I don't think from the beginning, from the start of the game, that we showed any intensity in regards to what Arsenal were. Arsenal were up for it. They're always up for it against us in these recent years. It's shown the FA Cup final where they did us quite easily in that game, I think, as well. I mean, the free kick was sloppy to give away, but it was a good free kick.
Yeah.
And then he brought on Callum Hudson-Odoi and Jorginho at half-time, which I thought was a good move. Callum brought a lot more, I think, in the second half. And then obviously Saka had that shot that he said he was actually shooting, but we all know he wasn't.
Yeah.
And it just flew in the top corner. I don't know what Mendy was doing, but I didn't expect it to go in. I thought it was going over. And then obviously Callum set up Tammy and Tammy scored, and then we got a penalty, which was a penalty, and then Jorginho does what he's been doing recently and just misses. But I think even if he scored that, and I know we had some momentum, but it was just far too late. I mean, for me personally, I would have put 2 up top and put Giroud on because he offers something different. I mean, we're crossing the balls in, and the player that's going for is Kante. That doesn't say anything there, does it? It was just terrible.
Smallest person on the pitch.
The smallest person on the pitch is the one that's in the box because Tammy kept coming out wide, and then Tammy's crossing it to Kante. You're expecting a 5-foot guy to head the ball into the net. I mean, I mean, we're on a bad run. I mean, we went 15 or 16, 17 games unbeaten, and we were playing good football. And then since then, I mean, Ziyech has been the guy that's been injured since all of our losses, and you know, I mean, I know we beat West Ham, but it wasn't a comfortable win. And I mean, 3-0 looks comfortable, but it really wasn't. I mean, we struggled in that game, and it's quite flattering that scoreline. But I mean, we got Villa today, and I'm not optimistic whatsoever.
You're not.
Oh, can I be at this moment in time? No. Villa look good. I mean, I know Mings is suspended, and Martinez is playing well. I mean, Grealish is having a good season. Watkins has proved he's a Premier League player. I mean, I like to be optimistic, but with the run that we've got, I don't think Ziyech is fit. I would switch it up and I'd take Werner out. Don't even get me started on the wing. I'd put Pulisic and Callum on and then I'd put Tammy up front, or maybe Giroud. I might throw Gilmore in there. But you know,
throw everyone at this point.
And then we got Man City next, and I'm just like, I don't care.
Is that when you play? Is that when you play Ultimate? When you lose a game like 4-0, you're like, oh, get ready for every team. That's what that's the feels like.
I just don't know how this back four can be so solid, have the same two in front with our new goalkeeper, and just can't defend anything at the moment. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's it. I don't know anymore. I mean, we'll just see how we play today. But
I mean, I'd love to keep seeing Werner on the wing.
I won't.
Not because he's good, but because he's awful. I love having him on the wing because he's big. Every team have just gone, yeah, we don't need to mark the left side when Werner's on it. That's literally what's happened every team.
He just can't do the simple things well. Even when he gets the ball in good positions as a winger, he's hit the crossbar how many times? I don't even know anymore. And then some really slow shots against keepers. His touch is not great. I don't know what's going on.
He stopped the goal in the Leeds game as well.
Oh, I feel like we've been eating too many mince pies since the beginning of December, but I don't know.
He's secretly a Leeds player, isn't he?
I
think he is. I'm pretty sure.
Must be friends with the referee.
I think the problem is though with Chelsea is they're using him wrong. Like you look at when he was playing at Leipzig, he was in a 2-man system up the top. That I don't think it was ever going to work at Chelsea unless he plays that kind of system. Like obviously, like Southampton do it with Ings and Adam. And
playing one of the top was fine for him as well. He wasn't doing. He wasn't doing that.
But it's hard because I felt like we were playing well, and then obviously Giroud came in and scored 4 against Seville, and then that's thrown a spanner in the works because you can't drop a guy that's scoring 4 goals. And then he scored a few more goals, and then obviously that one game he didn't score and he got dropped, which I found quite funny. But I don't know. I feel like Giroud offers something different. But then if you don't have any wingers to link up who have just always been injured, they're so inconsistent in that way. It's hard. But I feel like we'll get out of this blip. Whether that be today against Villa is another question because they're playing so well. But
that's true. They found a new form.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, every team goes through a blip, and it always seems to be the Christmas period for us. So
yeah.
All right, you're only 5 points ahead of Leeds.
I don't know how to make of that. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably, I don't know.
I mean, we'll definitely drop off, but I just find it funny at the moment.
I think
it's just so tight. It's so tight up there.
The thing for me, I find really funny is, first off, when we started off in the league, Arsenal were having a little joke about United being 15th. Leeds had a little joke about United being 15th. When in reality, now the table's turned where we're sat, I think we're top 4. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah, we're sat 4th, and Leeds are, I think, 11th or 12th. I think 11th. Yeah.
12th.
You're 12th?
11th. I think we got knocked down last night because Wolves got a draw.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
we're 12th on 20.
So either way, I mean, both teams were laughing at us, and we've overtaken both teams, and we're performing pretty decent, I'd say.
But I wasn't saying it was like a cocky laugh though from Leeds fans. It's more the fact, like, coming up from the Championship, it's pretty fucking funny to see. Obviously, Man United down there, but obviously tables are turned.
I was never fazed by it whatsoever. I was like, we always start off bad. We never have a good start ever. So I was like, we'll do fine. Like, even in games, we always come back from behind. Besides, I know when we played Leeds, we were ahead, and that game we played fucking amazing. Then when we played Leicester, not yesterday, the day before, we went up, but the thing is, we couldn't control the game. Like, we saw what Leicester were doing when basically Leicester had just watched us play Leeds, and they were like, okay, we know they're two danger men are going to be Fred and McTominay because they'll control the game like they did against Leeds. So they start marking them, and we're like, okay, what have we got to do? So we start moving Bailly and Maguire. They start making runs in behind because Vardy and Maddison aren't marking them. And I mean, luckily it led to a couple of goals. But still, for us as a team, we just can't control anything. We can't lead from the front or even have a good start. We're just a reaction team at the moment. That's us. Like even Leeds, we reacted to them a lot of the time. We got 3 goals at the start. And then they scored and we had to react to them because we're like, oh, they've changed what they're doing now.
But like that Leeds game, that could have, like, I'm not saying we would have won it. We never would have won it. But we could have had so many more goals. Like, you could have had so many more goals as well. Like, Dallas's was phenomenal. But Harrison missed a clear shot as well. So that could have made it 6-3. I mean, you were like literally reacting to how we play and then counter-attacking, which really worked really well.
Yeah.
So can't really say anything there, but can't use that for every team, can you?
No, that's our problem. We do it for every team. We react to how they play. Like, the worst one was the City game. For what, I've never been so bored watching a Manchester derby. It's just not the same anymore. Like, I'm watching them and I'm going, come on, what are we doing? Where's our creativity gone? We're literally just running straight at Stones and Diaz. Like, we're not making it hard for them at all. I don't understand what's going on. But I mean, 4th isn't a bad position to be in. I'm pretty happy with that. I know loads of other teams will be happy with where they are. Liverpool obviously being 1st and being 3 points clear, I think. Something like that.
I think we're 7th.
Are you 7th?
I think so. It's so tight though. If you see the,
8th.
I think it's like 3. So no, I'm not 8th.
Okay.
We dropped 1 place.
8th, yeah.
Oh,
You're 8th with, and Aston Villa have got 2 games in hand.
yeah.
You and Aston Villa on the same points as well.
It's very tight season.
Villa could be going top.
Oh god.
They could, you know.
But like, look at Leeds, like in 12th, they're on 20 points and top is 32. That's not really that much between 12th and 1st.
It's close. I'd say it's close. Obviously, I know Southampton have been another improvement. We've just lost Brown because of connectivity issues. He's unfortunately on a train, so I will apologise on his behalf. But what do we think? Yeah, they drew 0-0 to Fulham.
Yeah,
they drew 0-0.
Loads of offside goals.
Yeah, I know. Asaniga should have scored earlier, but he basically bottled a shot. The ball got played back to him, and when he went to go shoot, the ball ended up hitting his standing leg, and one of them ones where you like just completely miss it and fluff it. That's what happened to him early on in the game, and then I think it was Walcott that scored, and his was and he was offside. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Ings was playing. Was he? Was Ings playing? I don't think he was playing.
Nah, Ings was. They'd rested him because he was like had a slight niggle, so they rested him.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't see him. No, they really miss him. I feel like he really is the player for them to score goals, and when he's not in the team, I don't think it gels as well as it could do. I mean, Southampton played well this season. I'm not going to lie, they've really raised their game. But I mean, Fulham. I think Fulham have bounced back. They're getting some points where it's needed right now, and I think a point against Southampton they'll be happy with. But it's an open season, and I think anyone at this rate can go down. I feel like we know Sheffield United's going to go down. That's quite inevitable.
I feel like that's kind of confirmed.
Yeah, but
I don't feel like Leeds will go down personally. I mean, I may be a bit biased.
I think Chelsea are safe as well.
I don't
Allardyce and West Brom. Allardyce and West Brom now. It's looking up for them.
That's a hard one.
The problem with West Brom is though they need to back him because the players aren't good enough.
Oh yeah,
it's the same team from the Championship. Like at least Leeds did, got Koch and Rodrigo, and they literally just bought players that they already had. They really need to back him if they want to stay up.
You got Llorente, but he's injured.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a setback in the week. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
That means we're going to have to probably play Sturridge and Ailing at centre back again.
it's not too bad. They're all right, but no. I reckon. I really want, even though obviously I hate Leeds so much, I'd like to see him stay in the Prem, just because it's fun to watch him. Like right now, teams have started become. It's like certain teams have started becoming really boring to watch, and it's like games where you don't want to watch him. Like I don't know how Leeds did it, but they managed to make a Burnley game interesting. I really don't know how they've done it, but they have done the impossible. They made Burnley interesting. Burnley came at them like all guns blazing. They even went 3 at the top, like about 70 minutes, when they decided to bring on Jay Rodriguez. So they had Chris Wood, Jay Rodriguez, and Ashley Barnes all up top. And you're thinking, wow, this is a Burnley side that's never done that.
This is what annoys me about the pundits. They're like, oh, 1 minute they're like, oh, Leeds need to change their formation and like, the way we play, basically do a Sam Allardyce. And I'm like, what's the point? Like, we could have easily won at Liverpool. I mean, it was a back and forth game. I would rather watch that Liverpool game with Leeds than watch that Liverpool game with West Brom, where they literally sat back and pounced on a little bit of a blunder in the 85 minutes.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, that first game, Leeds in Liverpool, for me was like, it was such an eye opener, because I'd been watching Leeds in the Championship, and I was like, you know what, they're doing pretty good. I called it early on. I said probably this is their year that they're going to go up, and obviously they won the Championship, which was good on them. And then watching that Liverpool game, I was shocked. I was like, what? I've never seen Leeds attack like this ever properly, especially against what was considered to be Europe's best defense as well. It was just insane.
Harrison turned Trent Alexander-Arnold literally around 5 times. Like, he was all
I don't
over
think it's
him,
been the same
and he made them
since,
look shit. It would have been funny if his own goal counted.
What do you lot think of Trent? What do you lot think of him? Because I don't think he's the same player anymore.
No, he's not.
He doesn't look to be. The way he just.
I don't think either of them have, to be fair. I think they're like the shadow of themselves. Like, they're still good players, but they're not at the levels that they were at. Both sides of the.
I think Robert stepped up, but I don't see anybody else really. And obviously now Matip is gone off injured. I don't know if he'll be playing this week or not.
I don't think
We'll
so.
have to see.
Albinio is their best bloody defender.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably half the reason why Liverpool don't feel like they're missing Van Dijk, because he stepped up.
Mm. And the young ones are quite good. I mean, Curtis Jones is pretty good. Like, yeah, I know it's not like it's the Liverpool squad. They need some rotation. I think he's a good rotation player.
Oh yeah, without doubt. I mean, he said in a press conference as well that he said he should be given a starting position every week. I mean, obviously there is a lot of cockiness between it, but if you say something like that, you've got to be motivated to back it up as well. You can't say it and not do it. I mean, he said it last week. He's obviously got in starting for West Brom, so I have to see how his next game goes, whether he actually gets in or not. It's just depending. But enough of what's happened over the weekend. Most people probably watched it. I like to switch to what I'm going to call is the regional 11. So thank you to Olivia for coming up with this idea of, after the FIFA Awards, we were going to do a World 11, but we decided, no, we'll switch it up a bit at the moment and we'll go regional 11. So what we're going to do is, the 4 of us that are here, we've all created a team based around the areas that we've got, which are London, the Midlands, Manchester, Merseyside, and the North. Yes, I know you're all going to say Manchester is in the North, but I don't care, okay? What we are going to do is we shall start with London. What has everyone... Yes, big up London in Tier 4, Braxton, we're just outside of it.
Just outside.
But we feel in with Tier 4. But let's start off. Goalkeeper, what has everyone got?
I think Mendy deserves a shout for his start.
Okay, yeah, I've got Mendy as well.
I didn't back my own goalkeeper.
Well, who have you gone with, Abby?
I mean, I've gone with Lloris because obviously Mendy's come in and I think he's done a good job. Don't get me wrong, he's improved us. But I just think Lloris has always been consistent, an odd mistake here and there. But I think for me personally, just this season, because obviously Mendy hasn't played the whole season. I think Lloris, I think they've improved their back line, and I think he helps there. So I've gone with Lloris over my own goalkeeper.
I was about to give a shout for Lloris as well. I haven't done my 11. I'm just deciding as we go along. But I've
gone with Lloris.
I feel like
we've gone for two Frenchmen in goal.
See, I was gonna put Mendy, but then after watching that Arsenal game, I was like, I'm not putting him, because especially when he decided to pass the ball to Lacazette. I was like,
He still missed anyway. He misses everything.
Oh yeah, obviously, but I was like, nah, I'm not putting Mendy, so that's why I went with Lloris.
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone has gone with a formation of a back four. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we all in agreement? So what we'll do is, Josh, instead of making a team, you can write down what our most which player is chosen the most, and then we can get a team of a combined one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What formation are we going for?
I went with a formation of a 4-2-3-1. I don't know about anybody else.
That's what I was going to go
for.
Did
I.
Oh yes. So unfortunately, that's majority.
I think we're going 4-2-3-1 then.
So let's see everyone's back four. We'll start with Olivia. What's your back four for the London 11?
I put left back Chilwell. Centre backs were Thiago Silva and Alderweireld. I'm just going to put a disclaimer. I can't pronounce names, so I'm sorry if I mess up really bad.
I don't think Alderweireld's watching, but I'm sure he appreciates it.
We're all here. Don't worry.
And then for right back, which Abby found really weird, I went for Kufal from West Ham. So Abby, when I told her, she was like, "Are you okay?"
I was like, "Are you joking me?"
Okay.
I think he's really good though. He's got like 2 assists from that position. It was like James or Kufal, and I thought, why not mix it up and put him in there?
That's not a bad choice. Abby, have you got
it's
any
nice to mix it up, but I wouldn't put him in there. All right, I've literally got the same as Liv. I've got Chilwell, Alderweireld, Silva, and then I've got Reece James.
My back four is the exact same as Abby's. I wanted to put Kufal, so I wanted to be like Olivia and switch it up. But then I was like, do I really just want to switch up and look stupid, or should I just actually put this?
I don't think it's stupid. Okay, he's done well for the position he's playing in.
He has done well,
West Ham and Chelsea are 2 different teams here.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the way West Ham play, he's more suited, and he's got 2 assists, and he's done well. That's why I put him.
I agree.
I just put in Reece James just because he's fit into that Chelsea system really well. He's bagging himself assists, and he's actually. I think at the moment he's probably with the lack of wingers, he's actually been very creative down the right side. He's helping out a lot.
Yeah,
that's why
that game against Leeds is a perfect example of Reece James.
Yeah,
like the way he was just pushing people off him. He was great that game.
So who are we going to decide?
I want to give a shout out to Bobby Decordova-Reid, because he's not a right wing back as he was, but he's slotted in there well for Fulham. I just wanted to give him a shout out. If he's watching the podcast, like, you're doing pretty well. Like, because he's not technically a right wing back. He's been put out there from Scott Parker, and he's done all right.
Yeah,
Little shout out.
Bad, but unfortunately for him, like the rest of his backline just lets him down incredibly.
Yeah,
he's let down. So I think right back, who do we go? Do we go James or do we go Kufal?
Yeah,
Josh,
I've gone James.
I reckon James. Yeah.
All right, we've got James.
I don't think I could cope if you put Kufal in that back four.
Our back four is James, Alderweireld, Silva, and Chilwell.
Cool.
Nice. So we'll go with our 2 CDMs. I'll start this off. I've gone with Kante. He's guaranteed choice pretty much. And I've gone with Højbjerg. I believe he's fitted in perfect into it.
I got the exact same.
You know the exact same?
I mixed up again.
Declan Rice.
Well, the thing was, I had real trouble trying to find a creative midfielder. Like, the only one I could possibly think of was Mount. And I'm not being, like I said earlier, I'm not being funny. His goal assist contribution is about the same as Souček. So
so you put
I
Souček.
just did it like I had a problem with I didn't put any creative midfielders in because I really couldn't do it. So I basically wrote down Souček, Kante, and Højbjerg, however you bloody say his name. So
I mean, I'd be happy
take your
to
pick
put,
from that.
I'd be happy to put Souček in. I mean, I've got him in my fantasy, and he always scores when he's on my bench. But yeah, I'd love putting Souček in. I don't mind that. I'd swap
He's got
Kante
4
with
goals
Souček.
this season,
Yeah, I'm happy to swap
which is
Kante
more
with
than both
Souček.
Kante and Højbjerg.
I just want to annoy Abby.
Souček.
Can we put Souček just to annoy Abby?
Like little and large.
Can we just do that?
I've gone with Højbjerg
Literally.
and Kante because I think Kante's that perfect one of like he's a bit more of like a box to box midfielder. He can go up and go down. He's got that pace, and Højbjerg can sit and protect the defense as like a destroyer.
We'll put Souček will be like our super sub. We'll keep.
Souček's
He's gonna be our,
sub.
He's had a
He
good
comes
season.
on for a 90th minute corner.
yeah, there you go. See, Josh knows.
Literally,
All right, so we've got a little midfield 3. So we've got our left attacking mid, our centre attacking mid, and our right attacking mid. We will start off with Abby Dean. What have you
I
got?
actually found this quite hard because, as Liv said, there's been real centre attacker mid that's really stood out for me. Like obviously,
Yeah,
Tottenham have Lo Celso, but he doesn't always play.
True.
Arsenal don't really have one. Ours
Okay.
are always injured.
Okay, he's pretty
So
decent.
I have put Ziyech in, but I'm happy to take him out because I put another player there as well that I could have. So I've gone with Son because he speaks for himself. He's done well. Then I've put Saka in from Arsenal because I think he's been their best player this season. I think he's played really well. And then I've put Ziyech - Bowen because I think Bowen has played really well for West Ham this season.
Yeah. What about Jared Bowen?
So yeah, I've got Son, Saka, and then Ziyech or Bowen. Either one is good with me because obviously Ziyech has been injured, but when he's been in the Chelsea team, I feel like he's made that difference. Actually, do you know what? I'll go with Son, Saka, and Bowen. There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Son, Saka, Bowen. So who's going through the middle then? Which one of those players are going through the middle?
Oh gosh, maybe Son because him and Kane have been playing quite close together. That they always rotate. So I'd put Son in the middle.
So we're gonna have you're saying Bowen out on the right, Saka on the left, and then Son through the middle.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Liv, what have you gone with?
I did like a right wing, left wing, and then striker. So obviously up top I went with Kane because he has 10 assists and 9 goals. So you can't go. That's like 19 goal contributions in 15 games. Son, and I went for Zaha because he's dipped a bit recently, but you still can't miss the fact that he's got 7 goals this season.
Yeah.
And he was out with coronavirus for 2 or 3 of them. So I think that's a good shout. But obviously I know that can be a bit, form dependent. So
I know for me, I actually bagged what Liv's put. I've got Son out on the left because that's where his natural position is, so I put him out there. Then I went with the same with Abby actually. I went with Ziyech as my cam. Obviously, I know he does play. He was playing right wing for Chelsea, and he was doing it for Ajax as well at the start. But before he was playing right wing, he was actually playing as a cam, and I quite like him in that role. I feel like he fits that role perfect. So for me, he was my cam. And then out on the right, I went with Zaha. I mean, like Liv said, he's undeniable. The fact that he's got 7 goals, even with a Crystal Palace team as well, is insane because that team has not been the best at all.
No.
I mean, there's only one game where Benteke's actually got some goals, and that's been a while since he scored. So when you get Benteke to score, you've done yourself a good job. So that's why I went with Zaha. What are you going to go with, Braxton? Obviously, your decision is final.
The championship is coming out of me, and I've gone with Jared Bowen on the right wing. I think gone with Ziyech through the middle, Son on the left, and I've already decided on a striker. It's Harry Kane.
I've got Kane.
It's inevitable.
No one was going to say anybody else. No one was going to say Giroud.
No one was going to say Aubameyang or anything.
Or Lacazette. No one's going to say any of them.
No.
I'm just deciding on my final sub as well. So I've put in the subs, we've got Mendy, we've gone for Kufal and Souček. Shout to them because they were some of the leftover ones. Put Eze down because I really like him this year. And again, the championship coming out in me.
That free kick against Leeds was really nice.
Yeah, it was good.
He did.
I loved watching him when he was at QPR. I thought he was great, absolutely great.
I've also gone with Saka on the bench as well. I just want one more sub. Anyone got a shout for anyone?
Trying to think who could be a good sub.
I think a striker should go on that for the last.
I'm thinking of a striker, but I'm not too sure which one.
Giroud.
It's got to be Giroud then, because he's a super sub, isn't he?
Yeah.
Giroud.
Do you know what?
He's an impact player. He's an impact player. We'll go with Giroud.
Right.
He's literally the super sub.
So our London 11 is Lloris in goal, James Alderweireld, Silva, Chilwell, Højbjerg, Kante, Bowen, Ziyech, Son and Kane, with subs of Mendy, Kufal, Souček, Eze, Saka and Giroud.
Cool.
Beautiful. Well done.
Beautiful team.
Right. We will switch to the beautiful Tier 3 Midlands. This team will include players from Villa, Wolves, and Leicester. I just had to make sure by looking at my own team.
West Brom.
And West Brom.
Any West Brom players?
Yeah. No, I didn't put any.
One.
I got one.
I had one.
Nah.
We had the same one that we have.
Yeah.
I
Right,
didn't bother because
Reading fan is coming out in me. The Reading fan is coming out in me. Emi Martinez is going in goal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It can't be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Literally,
We all
when I
have
saw
that.
him on loan, for the 18-19 season, the last 6 months, one of the best goalkeepers I've ever seen. There's been some good goalkeepers at Reading. We've had many over the years, but he was genuinely one of the best ones. Some of the shots he made, like there was the Wigan game that was like for survival and 3-2. It could have easily been Wigan won that game 3-1 and put it to bed, but he literally made a point blank save. He's unbelievable and deserves to be in this.
I mean, yeah, all of us are going to go with Martinez. Yeah. I mean, he's got the most clean sheets in the Prem at the moment, and his last couple of games with Arsenal last season was amazing. I don't know why they've sold him, but no, that's what they've done. Yeah, Martinez.
Sam Johnston's on the bench.
Yeah, Sam Johnston bench. Very good player.
Most safe this year.
Ex Man United academy player. Unfortunately, we didn't
Great
really
save
need
last night to keep it in the game last night.
I'd also like to just put out there for everyone who's a cycling GK fan. He used to be at United, and we did actually used to play him. So if you give us some support, that'd be perfect as well.
The cycling GK.
Yes, that was before he became the cycling GK. Before then, he was just the GK.
The GK.
Yeah, the GK.
Right, on to the back four. Is it another 4-2-3-1, do you think?
I went a bit weird on this. I went with I went with my classic FIFA formation, a 4-1-2 2 wide.
Oh wow!
I've just gone basic 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Oh,
I quite like it. But yeah, a 4-4-2 would still work in mine. A 4-4-2 would still work in mine the way it is.
Okay.
What formation have you got, Liv?
I don't even know. I was just putting players down at that point. I was like, I don't even know where. I was looking at them.
So the formation's up to me then. You've got to read out your players.
We're going 4-4-2. We're going 4-4-2 then.
Okay.
We're going 4-4-2. If I can fit mine to a 4-4-2, so and Abby's got that, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
So back four. We'll start with Liv. What have you got?
I went Castion from Leicester, Connor Cody. I don't like Aston Villa, so I went for Fofana from Leicester.
Okay.
But I do like Cash, so I went for right back Cash because I believe his defensive stats are quite good with like the tackles made and like duels and stuff like that. So I think he's a good player for Aston Villa.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know for me, I went with Castagna as my left back because I thought he's been playing quite well. I went with Tyrone Mings and Connor Cody as my centre back pairing. I thought they played quite well because obviously Cody is a very physical player and he's not on the particularly far side, but he's got great defensive awareness, and obviously Mings is very physical and very quick, so he fits in nice there. And then I went with my right back. I just went with James Justin.
He's in my FL team actually.
He's just a good player. He's been playing really well. For me, it was like, do I go Justin, do I go Cash, or do I go Semedo? And I was like, I won't do Semedo because he hasn't been in the best of form. And then I was like, Cash or Justin. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just back my FPL team and go Justin. That was the final decision for me. What do you
I
got?
haven't backed Justin, even though he's in my EPL team.
Ah,
I agree with both of you. I've got Castang at left back. I think even though he's been injured for a little while, he is a vital part. I've also got Cody.
yeah.
He speaks for himself. But I went a little bit different. I put Konza in instead of Mings. I just think Konza. I think he scored a few goals this season. Might be wrong. I
He's
don't know. I
on
think
one.
he's improved well since last season. And then right back, I've got Cash because I think coming in from Forest, I think he's solidified that right back position. He just edges it for me over Justin.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm happy to put Cash in over Justin.
It's our centre back, isn't it? We've all said different centre backs.
So
Yeah.
I've got Castagna, Cody, Cash, and I've got one centre back spot left. So
It's up to you, Josh. You got to pick
Well, yeah,
out
I mean,
three.
You're the decider. You're the decider. It's either Mings, Konsa, or I can't remember who Liz said now.
Oh,
Fafana.
Fofana.
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
He's played
Yeah.
well.
That was
actually.
just I couldn't think of a centre back I liked. I don't really like Mings because I
I
feel
don't
like
like
Konza
Mings.
mops up for Mings quite a lot, but I don't really like Aston Villa, so I don't want to put a centre back.
All right. So, Mark, you the
I might even go for none of those. I might go for Courtney Hawes actually, because I think he's been playing well recently. He scored at the weekend. It's gone in there nicely, but I don't know.
I want to give a shout out to Kilman from Wolves as well. I think up, I think he came from League 2 straight up to the Premier League.
He came from Maidenhead actually. Well. He came from National League.
Oh, so even lower.
Blimey.
And he's played really. I think it was like he's only the second player to ever do that in the Premier League or something. So
Kilman is now actually my pick because he's a left-footed centre back, and I want a left-footed centre back on that side.
That's fair.
There we go. Well done, Liv.
Yeah, I think he's done well.
Yeah.
Especially his age as well.
I'll say that.
I just have the fact he's from Maidenhead United because Maidenhead United is like 10 minutes down the road from me.
They got Maidenhead. Doing well as well. They beat Wilstone in the week.
I love the fact that I've got Sloughtown and Maidenhead United both 10 minutes away from me. I'm in smack in the middle of both of them.
I've got Ipswich. We all just cry. Should we cry?
Okay.
Especially when tier 4 as well.
Right, so let's go now midfield 4 because we've gone 4-4-2. So we'll go. Obviously, we've got left mid, right mid, and 2 centre mids. We'll start off with Liv with whoever you've just listed down.
Okay. I think I got them in the right positions, but God knows at that point because that was the last one I did. I went with, I think, left mid. Neto plays left mid, doesn't he? Or yeah, okay, I got that one right. Okay, Neto. And then I went Gallagher from West Brom because I think he's done well in a West Brom team.
Yeah, that's a good choice too.
Right mid, I went Traore, how you bloody say it, from Aston Villa because he's been picking up a bit of form. And then I did Maddison Greenish, so I don't know. You take whatever one from that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I went with I was like, it's because the thing is, Neto does play on the left, but he also plays on the right as well when you've got Podence playing. So for me, I was like, do I do Neto or do I do Adama Traore? And then obviously based on form at the moment, I just went with Pedro Neto. So I've got on my right side, I've got Pedro Neto. Out wide on the left, I went with Jack Grealish. Normally he plays a left winger role, but I've just pulled him back slightly. And then my 2 centre mids, I went with Maddison because he's undeniable at the moment, and I went with Tielemans because I feel like
I like him. I think he's.
I think he's quite good. I like the way he plays. So I went with Tielemans, especially when he played against us. We were struggling to hold Tielemans and Maddison. So yeah, it's got to be Tielemans.
Yeah, it was between Tielemans and Gallagher for me, really. I just thought because West Brom are like bottom of the table, Gallagher's just been that standout player. Whilst although Tielemans is good, he's kind of in the shadow of Maddison, I thought a bit. So that's why I went with mine.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true.
Obviously deciding vote goes back down to Josh. What have you got? Who have you put in?
I haven't said mine yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thanks. So I've got Neto on the left. I mean on the right. I don't know me left and right. I got him on the right. I've got Grealish on the left, and I've actually put Maddison in the team as well. And then I've gone with Gallagher alongside Maddison.
So the deciding player is Gallagher or Tielemans. That's what we've got.
Yeah.
I've gone with Dean's exact midfield. I've got Tielemans on the bench as well. I've got El Ghazi, who had a shout in there as well. And
Oh
Virgil
yeah,
Morrow as well. But
that's been pretty decent.
I can obviously fit a few more players in on the bench. I've got 4 benches on the bench right now.
Chilling.
So
we'll probably fill that up with our 2 strikers. I
all
mean,
right, I'll put mine down.
I've gone with Vardy and Watkins. I don't think there's any other 2 that need to be there.
I don't think there's any
I think there's
debate here.
Jimenez, but
But he's not there anymore at the moment though. He would if he was still playing, probably because he'd be on more
Yeah.
goals. But like obviously right now he's out with his head injury, so I just left him out.
Watkins is like
I left them. I put Watkins and Vardy as well.
Watkins is like Aston Villa's Firmino though, isn't he? Like he hasn't scored a lot, but he's there in the build-up play and stuff, and he has a lot. He had a hat-trick of assists as well. I think the last game. So I think that's his kind of more. He hasn't really scored at all. I think he must have like 3 goals or something. Maybe.
I think he's. I don't know. I think he's done a bit more.
He got the hat-trick against Liverpool.
Yeah, he got a hat-trick against Liverpool. I know that for sure.
And then I think
he had a hat-trick of offside goals against the team. I can't remember.
It was so does Morata as well, so who cares?
Oh, I mean, if he hasn't scored in a while, he'll probably score later against Chelsea. Let's be honest.
He's due a goal.
Sorry,
I mean,
he's got six goals.
That's not bad.
Not too bad. First season in the Prem.
I don't see anybody else in the Midlands who's got more than him, other than Pedro Neto, Vardy. That's it.
I think that's more than any other Chelsea player, if I'm completely honest.
That's literally it. No other Midlands player has got more than him. So I think Vardy and Watkins are the one.
Mm-hmm.
So the Midlands 11, Martinez in goal, and we've gone with a 4-4-2 of Cash, Cody, Kilman, Castagna, Neto, Gallagher, Maddison, Grealish, Watkins, and Vardy. Subs, we've got Sam Johnston, Courtney Hawes. Yeah, I'll put him on the bench because I'm giving him a shout out. Tielemans, El Ghazi, James Justin, Raul Jimenez, one more player.
Podence.
I
feel like he's one of those players you bring on.
I got it. I'm gonna.
It's hard to choose between Neto and Podence.
Yeah,
I think he's there. I think in a lack of creative players at West Brom, Mateus Pereira is one of the best ones. So I'm giving him the final sub then.
His championship run was amazing last season. Obviously, this Premier League season has been the best, but championship is a tank.
Right. 11.
Lovely.
So what we'll now move on to is Merseyside. So this obviously consists of Liverpool and Everton. I know before we were doing this, me, Abby and Josh Brown were basically arguing over whether we should actually have any Everton players in and whether there should be any. I think I've got, let me check.
I've got 3.
3. I went with 4. I tried to be up
to 3. Would have been more if Dean was, or Digne, how you say his name, was not injured, because he was playing really well before he got injured. But yeah, I've got.
I went with 4. I went to put a bit of optimism in Everton. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the James Rodriguez video of Up the Toffees, so that's my reason why. Obviously, we know Liv's just got a list. Abby, what formation have you gone with?
4-3-3.
Okay, yeah, I could do that. 4-3-3, that works.
Yeah, I kind of went with that, like looking at my players.
Right.
But that's kind of the only one you can really do anyway, can you?
I mean, I went again with a 4-2-3-1, but yeah, 4-3-3 I can still work with. It still works for me. Goalkeeper, we're all going to put Alisson. I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
They
killed a man.
Yeah,
he killed their centre half.
I wanted to put Pickford in just to annoy some people, but I was like, no, Alisson's a better player, so we'll go Alisson. Back 4, what has everyone got for their back 4?
I found this quite interesting because obviously when I was speaking to Liv yesterday, we went based off form, not in terms of, obviously on any standard day, Van Dijk is in that centre back pairing, but obviously because he's been injured, he's not in my back 4. So I've gone with Trent Fabinho because I think he is moved from centre mid to centre back really well. I've also gone with Michael Keane. I think he's had a good season for Everton. He scored some goals. I think he's been quite good. And then I've gone with Andy Robertson, left back. As they've said, I would have gone with Digne as well, but obviously he's injured.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, Trent Fabinho, Keane, and Robertson is my back four.
Not bad. What have you got, Liv? What have you got?
Same. I'm pretty sure our team's practically the same at this point. So.
Oh, shouldn't then. The only difference I had, I had a bit of difference. So obviously I would have put Digne in if I could have. I love the way he plays, but obviously he's injured, so I've gone Robbo is my left back. Trent is my right back because I was thinking Godfrey, but then I was like, is he better than Trent? I was like, nah, he's not. So Trent's obviously right back. And then my centre backs, I've gone with Matip and Mina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I did want to put Fabinho centre back, but then I thought, you know what? I can still put him as a CDM, or even a centre mid. So that's why I went Matip and Mina. I mean, he's a big Colombian player. You're not getting past that guy with ease. Matip is, I'd like to say he's quite versatile. I mean, I saw his assist again for Mane. It was a decent pass. Obviously went off injured, but yeah, I went with Matip and Mina.
I'm being controversial, and I'm putting Van Dijk in this squad because I know he's injured, but I want to pick the best player for this best 11.
You've just left.
None of us have said him, and then you go, I want Van Dijk.
He's got it though. He is the best centre back.
He is,
and
but he hasn't played.
Yes, but we're not including any injured players. We've taken all of our injured players out, so you've got to pick someone else.
Oh, fine.
Because I think Jimenez would have been up front.
CDM because that's where he plays. I'll just go with Mina and Dean Keane. I'll put Van Dijk on the bench.
Yeah,
he can come on with one leg.
He can hobble on.
Still better than Gomez with two.
Yeah.
Controversial, but
okay. Midfield three. We've got a midfield three. What are we going with our midfield three then?
I went with Wijnaldum. I went with Henderson, and then I put James Rodriguez there as well.
You went Henderson.
Personally, I think he's a really good player. Everyone's like, nah, he does this, he does that.
I hate him so much.
I know people are like, oh, he doesn't bring nothing, but I know he's captain. I think having him there, I just think he's a good player. I don't care what anyone else thinks.
For me, the only thing he does bring is he's basically an on the pitch manager. That's what I think he is. He directs his players. He directs his team pretty well. He does do that, but like for me, I don't think he's anything special other than his voice. Other than his voice, actually, yeah, his passing's pretty decent. So other than his voice and his passing, there's nothing that really stands him out.
I mean, he's not a Steven Gerrard, but he's a John Henderson. I think he's quite good.
So before I announce mine, we'll go with what Liv has put. What have you got?
Yeah, I went the same. I think Decore has a shout because he's quite good at tidying up, but I think Henderson for me is quite similar. Well, obviously not. Henderson's a lot better than Click, but they do the kind of the same job. Because Click is obviously alongside Phillips, but I think it's like that kind of job where you don't really see what he's doing half the time, but he's just there, if you get what I mean. And
I agree.
You know, a lot of the times when I watch the highlights, I see things I've never saw before with Henderson and Click. So I think like that kind of player, and I like that kind of player. So just always stable, isn't he? He never really puts a foot wrong.
I mean, for me, obviously, because I absolutely hate Henderson, I left him out of the squad.
Surprised.
I went with Decore as well because I just like Decore. When he played for Watford, I loved watching him play for Watford. So I went with Decore. It could even be Allen if I wanted to. Depends. I also went with Fabinho in my little CDM / centre mid role. And then James Rodriguez. I love the way he plays. Very creative. I don't know why he was playing right wing. But I mean, for Ancelotti it worked. But I would play him as a cam personally.
He's a bit like Ziyech, though, isn't he? Like both managers play him on the wing, and they just cross the ball into their striker, like Calvert-Lewin, and it seems to work.
Yeah.
So
So what have you
He's
got?
still injured.
So I've gone with the Fabinho in CDM and Rodriguez in Wijnaldum.
Cool, that works.
And getting on to the front three, I was going to put Jota in, but because he's injured, I can't include him, so I put him on the bench. Just because
Cool.
I want him there. I want the respect.
Well done.
He deserves respect, all right? Van Dijk and Jota, even though they're injured, deserve respect.
And I think Rodriguez is coming back today, so that's why he's in my team. Otherwise,
he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say Jota as well, but he was injured. And I was going to mention him. Don't worry, Braxton, before he breaks your heart. I was going to mention he was going to be our super sub, so don't worry.
Beautiful.
But yeah, front three, I went Salah, Mane, Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hit.
There's nothing else.
That's
Salah's
not really.
Pardon?
Would you put him in Rodriguez's role or what? Like Jota? Like if
Yeah.
would you kept Mane?
Yeah. I would have gone
Yeah.
Mane, Salah through the middle, and Jota out on the left, and then put Calvert-Lewin on the bench if he was fit. But right, so Merseyside 11, we've gone with Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Yerry Mina and Michael Keane at centre back, Robertson at left back, Fabinho, Rodriguez, Wijnaldum, the midfield, and Mane, Calvert-Lewin and Salah up top. Subs, I'm giving a shout out to Kieran Kelleher. I think he came in, I think better. I think he was better than Adrian when he came in to replace Alisson.
Yeah, anyone's better than Adrian. I think we could play Lee Grant and he'd be better than Adrian.
Rather have Kepa, actually. I don't know.
No. Take that back, Abby. Take that back.
We've got the three cripples on the bench as well with Digne, Van Dijk and Jota.
Nice.
Gone with Alan because I think he's really bit of like a classic CDM, break up the play. Richarlison, give him a shout out because he's doing.
Yeah, he's really decent.
And then I went with Firmino as a backup striker.
Yeah,
very nice.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's
what
switch
we got now, the North.
Yeah, we're going to switch to the North. So
the worst one.
I actually really enjoyed this because these aren't normally the teams I watch a lot of football. I mean, I watch much of Leeds games, but watching Newcastle for me and Burnley is quite boring. So I don't seem to tune in that much to them games. So, I found it interesting to this one.
For those that are watching still, yes, I know I already mentioned this and I will mention it again just in case anybody didn't hear me. The North is consisting of Newcastle, Burnley, Leeds and Sheffield United. We did not include Manchester. We put them as their own separate. Please do not at me. Don't say anything, okay? That's just what we did. Okay? So, yeah, don't at me, please. What we'll do, formation-wise, again, what have you done, Abby?
I've actually gone, right, it can either work either way, 4-4-2 or 4-2-2-2.
Okay, what did I even do? I went 4-3-3 with the attacking one. That's what I did. But yeah, I think I could fit. Yeah, I could fit 4-2-2-2. I could do that. The 4-2-2.
How about you, Liv? What do you do?
I'm fine as long as we have a CDM and two strikers.
I've got CDM and two strikers. Yeah, I've got two CDMs.
I've got two CDMs and a striker, but I can find another striker. Don't worry about that.
When I think of the North, I think of 4-4-2. So I think
we'll go with 4-4-2 then. I can do 4-4-2.
Classic.
Right. Goalkeeper, Pope.
Yeah.
I went Darlow.
Ooh.
He's done well.
With the triangle.
He's done amazing. He's done that game against Man United. He was playing. I know Josh was in my flat watching it with me. He was playing on one leg practically for the whole game, and he was sick. If that doesn't put him in when he's playing one leg and he's made 7 saves that game on one leg. Come on.
I'd like to give him a shout, but Pope and Melia are one of the two best. They are the two goalkeepers of Autism United.
Can we just put Darlow on the bench then? Can we leave Melia?
Can we just have two goalkeepers on the bench?
We can put him on the reserve.
Leave Melia out.
Third team.
Melia makes too many mistakes. He makes too many mistakes. Can we just put Darlow?
Yeah.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah,
Darlow.
for his age, he's done pretty well. So I'm going Pope in the main 11 and then Melier on the bench.
Is it me or does Melier look really short, or is it just my eyes when I'm watching a game? He looks about 5'2" in goal. I don't know why.
You know he's like 6'5", right, or something
Well,
like
I think
that.
it's just my eyes then. He just looks so tiny. I think because
Have you heard his voice?
No,
never
I haven't spoken to him
It is
recently.
the deepest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I haven't spoken to him recently.
I have to get up for you. It's so deep. Like I've never heard anything like it.
It's because they pan out so wide at the keeper. The keeper he looks tiny.
He looks so small.
He did look tall when I saw a close up in the corner when Ashley Barnes is standing. He's got Alioski behind him, and then he's got Melier just standing there as well.
Look at his arms. That's what will tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear that?
We in Premier League. And
Oh
today,
my god, that is big.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds like he's got a frog in his throat.
Yeah, you got to play it to your AirPods, Lou.
Yeah, play to your AirPods.
Oh, do you have to play to your AirPods? I
Yeah.
can't tell with this.
I know. He got
that's his voice.
AirPods and I heard it. It was like...
Okay, so we've
Sounds
got...
like a 40-year-old.
No, he's literally 20.
Melier. Right, so back four. What have we got back four? We'll start with Liv. We'll start with Liv for the back four.
I went with the triangle of Pope, Tarkowski, and me because you can't have one without the other, which I think proved at the start of the season where they were without Tarkowski, however you really say his name, and they were losing quite a lot. I mean, obviously they haven't got good attackers really, other than Dwight McNeil personally. Chris Wood's good. He's just a target man. They don't have any creative midfielders. So, and then I snuck in Lewis because I don't think any team has a good left back personally. I like Dallas, but he's not left back. And right back, Ayling.
Very nice.
I think he's very good.
Abby, what have you got?
Got Ayling at right back, Tarkowski in the middle, but I've put him alongside Fernandez from Newcastle. I think he's quite a good centre half. I think I was looking at some stats. I think he's got the best for Newcastle. I mean, I've always thought he's quite a good centre half. I think what's his name? Lascelles. I think he's good, but he's always injured. And then at left back, I do have Lewis, but obviously with Dallas as well. I think Dallas deserves to be in that team, but I can't put him in it unless he's a left back. So I've gone with Ayling, Fernandez, Tarkowski, and Dallas.
Okay. My team, I was debating what I was doing. Obviously Ayling is my right back. He's guaranteed pretty much. I really wanted to put in Liam Cooper because I do think he's been amazing, but he's injured. So what I did is I went with Burnley centre backs. I went with Tarkowski and I went with Ben Mee. That's what I went with. And then my left back, I was really struggling on this, so I went with Dallas. I wanted to put Alioski for jokes, but then I was like, nah. There's no point putting Alioski 5'3" or something like that. He looks tiny.
And he's a nutter.
He seems like a really funny player. I don't know. Every time I look at him, I think he's quite a funny player.
He's like a proper meme. So I left that Alioski, obviously went with Dallas because he played left back against Man United and he scored that beautiful goal. So I was like, yeah, Stuart Dallas is the man for me.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good player.
He plays like every position.
Plus, he swapped shirt. He got a shirt swap from Haaland. Haaland asked him for a shirt swap, so he deserves to be in there.
Yeah, Haaland's a massive Leeds fan, isn't he? So
yeah, he's born in Leeds as well. He said he said he'll play for Leeds at some point in his career.
Yeah, I just saw a Recycled News article from 2017 where he said his dream is to win the league with Leeds.
Oh,
so, yeah,
you better come over quick then. While he's in his prime and you lot in the Prem, you better come over.
We've got to stay in the Premier League this season, but maybe we might be able to afford them after that.
Yeah, you'll be fine. So,
Liv, you're a half. I was going to say, Liv, you're a half Dortmund expert. Would Haaland move anytime soon to Leeds?
Oh yeah.
He said he wanted to stay. I'm pretty sure another year on top of this. I'm pretty sure that's what I read because he doesn't want to rush it. And his dad is, even though he's got that idiot, what's his name, Ranola? Whatever his name is, that idiot agent who everyone hates, Pogba's agent.
Yeah.
They use him, but his dad is his agent, but then they use Ranola to like help out a bit with like the contracts and stuff. But I don't feel like his dad's gonna make him move on too quickly because his dad was a great player as well, wasn't he? So
his dad wanted him to stay at Salzburg for a bit more before he signed to Dortmund. But they were like, but then his agent was like, no, the best time now is to move to Dortmund while you've got the offer on the table.
Which I think it was the right move at the time. I think.
Oh yeah,
he needed a year or two at Dortmund, then go to the Premier League.
He got like 4 goals in like one of his first 2 opening games. It was insane. He came off the bench.
No, he got 4 goals in the first game against Augsburg, and it was like a 10-minute hat trick, I believe.
Yeah, literally, it's insane.
He is. He's got more goals in games.
So what have we got back for Braxton? What have we got?
The 11. The back 4 is Ayling at right back, Tarkowski and me. I'd put Lewis in, but Dallas is on the bench. I don't know what way we do it. I think I might put Dallas in the squad actually.
He could be a centre mid. We could put him centre mid.
I'll put him at left back now. I'm changing it up now. I'm changing it up as we go along. Lewis is on the bench. Dallas is starting left back.
Cool.
Chilling. So we said 4-4-2. So we've got mid 4. What has everyone got mid 4?
Right.
Should I go first?
Go for it. Go for it.
I went obviously Calvin Phillips, the Yorkshire Perlo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did McNeil in the middle as well because I think he's one of the best Burnley players. And then out on like the left and right mid, I went for Rafinha and Harrison because even though St. Maximin is a great player, he's not been consistent this season, and he's having long-term side effects of COVID, so he hasn't played a lot either. So that was mine.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I would kind of agree with that. So for me originally, I didn't have a mid 2. I had a mid 3, and I had Shackleton, Phillips, and Almiron. But I'm happy to drop Shackleton and put Phillips and Almiron into the middle 2. Rafinha out on my right, and then I was debating left. I was like, do I switch Fraser out to the left wing? Don't really know. And I was like, do I switch Matt Ritchie to left? And I was like, nah. I was like, I'll just stick with Jack Harrison. He's been great, absolutely great for me. So yeah, Jack Harrison's one.
So I've got a different player. So I've got Harrison and McNeil on my wings. Yeah, because I really wanted to fit this player in, and neither of you have said it. I'm surprised you haven't said it, Liv. I've got Phillips and is it Klitsch? The centre mid?
Klitsch, yeah.
I think he is a fantastic player. I honestly really do. I feel like he for me, he goes back and forward more than Phillips does. I feel like Klitsch is all sometimes in the box and Phillips is more sitting back. I think them two together in the middle work really well, and they complement each other in the way they play. I think Klitsch is a hard nut. To be fair to you, I wouldn't like him in the Chelsea team. I know that's quite a bold shout, but I think he's got a bit of everything that a team needs. So I put him in there.
I know for me,
I didn't put him in there because he's sorry, Roshan, you go. Sorry, I don't want to talk over you.
Oh no, it's fine. You were already going. You saying you didn't want to put Click in. Why not?
Oh, because I feel like he's kind of dipped in form a bit. Some of his passes have been a bit wayward, but then again, he does do a lot of things we don't see unless you rewatch the game. So it's a bit like for me at the moment.
I just like penalty. He's Leeds' in penalty take. I don't know why Bamford took it. I was quite surprised by that.
They said in the after match thing, they take it in turns until they miss. So because Click missed but scored, Click saw that as a miss. So Bamford thought Click was going to take it, but he went, "Nah, mate, it's yours." So that's why Bamford took it.
Oh, that's fair.
That makes sense. Yeah, I know one player I really want to put. I'm trying to remember now who I was going to say now. Oh yeah, one player I really want to put in that I've absolutely loved at Leeds, especially last season, was Pablo Hernandez. He hasn't played that much, but I love Pablo Hernandez. In his Swansea days, I loved him. Then when he went to go play for Leeds, and I was watching him in the Championship with my dad, I loved him. He's amazing. And he gets all the Leeds fans excited as well. Every Leeds fan gets excited when they hear Pablo Hernandez. So I wanted to put him in, but he hasn't played enough to put him in. But shout out to him. Can we put him on the bench, please, Josh?
Yeah, I think he should. Just that Swansea goal alone that got promoted.
He came off the bench and got 2 assists. He came off the bench and got 2 assists against Newcastle. We're putting him on the bench.
He's a fine. Gets injured a lot,
My
but
midfield.
Yeah.
My midfield. I've gone with McNeil, Phillips, Klitsch, and Harrison.
Nice.
yeah, I think that's a good one.
And then we've got our front two. I mean, I thought it was just undeniable. Callum Wilson and Bamford. I think anybody else really.
It's Lord Patrick Bamford.
It's not Lord Patrick Bamford.
It's Lord Bentner. No one else is a Lord apart from
Yeah,
Bentner.
no one else is a Lord. Patrick Bamford shouldn't even be a Lord. When you're on the same amount of goals as Bruno, you don't get a Lord. You're not becoming a Lord.
Yeah, but Bruno's he's a player. I like him.
He's a great player.
I don't like him, but he's a good player.
He is not Fernandez. Before anybody just says this, he is not Fernandez. If you say he's Fernandez, I swear to God, I will be absolutely livid. He is not Fernandez. He's not Fernandez. So yeah.
I get it now.
God.
I get it. Yeah.
Yes.
I've just realised.
That take you that long.
I've had a slow few days.
For the day.
So I've got I've gone with Wilson Bamford, and I've just realised I've said it this year that if Bamford scores 20 in the Prem, I'll get a lead shirt with Bamford on the back. And
Yeah,
he's got 10, so he's halfway. I'm really nervous. I don't want to spend money on that.
I've got
only one of them's a penalty as well.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it was.
The thing is, worst thing for me is I made a bet with my old school mates, and I lost it. And I basically every time I go out with them, I have to wear a white Leeds kit with Patrick Bamford on the back, and oh no, that is the worst time. So every time they've been messaging me before we went to Tier 4 to go out, I was like, no, I'm not coming. I can't come. I'm sorry. I just don't want to wear a Bamford shirt. But yeah, that's that. Who have we got on the bench, Josh?
11. I've got currently 4 so far. So it's Meslier, Lewis, Hernandez, and Rafinha. So the 11 is Pope, Ayling, Tarkowski, me, Dallas, Phillips, McNeil, Klitsch, Harrison, Wilson, and Bamford. 3 more players. I know they're awful, but we need to get a Sheffield United player in there because, like,
A Goldrick.
Why not?
Or is in other players?
I like Lundstrom. I think Lundstrom's a good player.
McGoldrick.
I get Lundstrom in there.
Almiron. Not bad.
He's alright. I think he's alright player.
Almiron. And then I get
Joelinton.
Joelinton.
Just for fun. Just for fun. Yeah. Just for fun. Let's chuck him in.
I was just about to say for his overhead kick, but that was Haller, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Haller with the overhead. Cool. So
the South.
We will switch to the South.
See, I like this one. I'm glad Josh isn't here in a way. Sorry, Josh, because he doesn't have to dispute my team because I've put Brighton players in it.
As a disclaimer, me and Josh Brown had agreed that we don't believe any Brighton players should be put in here. I tried to be a bit more reasonable and say maybe Ben White, but he hasn't been the best. And then I was going to maybe say Neil Maupay, but I was like, don't really know. But Josh Brown was telling me no. He said just Southampton, and I could agree with him. But I don't know what everybody else thinks.
I think a player I've put in is injured. I know we said we're not doing injuries.
So you got to take him out.
Oh, is Lamptey injured?
I don't think he.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lamptey. Okay, I'm gonna put another Brighton player in his place.
He's okay. But Lamptey's on the bench guaranteed. Just put that in now. He's on the bench guaranteed.
Because I don't know why I found this one so interesting to do, because obviously Josh is a Southampton fan. He's like, it's all Southampton. You can't dispute it.
Yeah.
Have you gone with all Southampton players as well?
Nope. I have 2, possibly 3.
Yes.
And a shout out.
Yeah. I think Lamptey deserves a shout. I think he has been 2 million we sold him for. 2 million. I think he has played very well for Brighton. Very well.
My argument was I was trying to think, even if I could put Lamptey in, but I want to pay Carl Walker-Peters, so I was like, do I put Lamptey on the left then?
Yeah. I've gone with a 3-5-2.
I went 3-5-2.
I can do that.
I went with McCarthy in goal because I think Ryan has played, well, but obviously where they are in the league. I've always thought he's been a good goalkeeper for Brighton,
He
but
hasn't
this
been
season,
playing though.
no, he hasn't.
I think he got dropped because he was bad, weren't he?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
really watch
so.
Brighton, if I'm honest.
Because Robert Sanchez is now in goal for
Oh
Brighton.
yeah. I saw that. So I got McCarthy in goal.
I'm going to go for McCarthy. Shout out.
Yeah.
I've met him, I might be able to get the photo up of when I met him in Ascot High Street. So maybe I'll find out for you.
Roshan, what formation did you go with? Did you just stick?
To be honest, I didn't really do a formation. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't
You
even.
just went Southampton X1.
Yeah, kind of. If we were gonna do the 3-5-2, I'd obviously probably go Vestergaard, Bednarak, and Ben White. That'd be my back three. That's what I would do. I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, but I don't know. I like Ben White. Championship was good, and then when he came into the Brighton squad, his first 3 games, I think it was, he looked pretty solid. But I don't know. It's like, for me, it's between like White, Duffy, or Dunk, and it's like, which one do I put?
Yeah.
That's because he's still a Bielsa in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I honestly think
we'll go with White.
The reason he hasn't done well is because Bielsa. Like, the way Bielsa played, Ben White suited that.
Oh wow.
That is me with Alex.
You were
McCarthy.
young there.
That is
McCarthy looks
me
the
going
same.
into year 7 there.
Yeah.
Me going into year 7 there.
McCarthy never ages.
You don't age, McCarthy.
McCarthy.
My back three, I went with Vestergaard, Bednarak, and I went with Lewis Dunk. I think he's a good player for Brighton. Captain.
Yeah.
I think he organised that back line very well. Obviously
Scored a
White
header
did
this weekend.
start well. Yeah, White does. I think White's a better player, but he hasn't been showing that recently. And I think Dunk has stepped up. That's my personal preference.
I'm going to agree with Dean there.
Yeah.
Go for a back three of Dunk, Bednarak, and Vestergaard.
Shouldn't that works? So now
Josh won't be happy, but you know.
Oh well, who cares? He's not.
Not even here.
He's not a
Doesn't
trained
care enough about us.
No.
So our midfield 5. How are we doing this? Our midfield 5. We've got, obviously, we'll have a left mid, right mid.
I'm going wing backs of Walker, Peters, and Bertrand.
So we're basically playing 5 at the back then, technically.
But they can be more advanced in a midfield. I don't know.
See, I've gone 2 completely different wing backs. I threw in Walcott as a right wing back.
Why?
I just think he can get up and down the pitch. I think he'll be a good wing back. He has the freedom to do what he wants.
No.
And then at left wing back, I put Pascal Gross. I think he's a good left wing back.
Oh God.
No, if you've seen him play, I think he's a good left. He's got a really good goal against Southampton. Did anybody see that? Was it Southampton? Oh, do you know what? I don't know who plays him anymore. Everyone's so equal. He scored a really good goal. I'm going to find out what that goal is. And then in the middle 3, I've got Ward-Prowse, Romeo, and Armstrong.
I can agree with the mid 3. Not Pascal Gross. Walker.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, really.
I rate him. I think he's quite good.
I don't like him that much. I do like Walker. But I don't like him in a wing back role. No way is he a wing back role. And then to be fair, I don't mind playing Armstrong out wide instead.
Yeah, that can work.
Armstrong could play out wide.
Full Walcott's on though. He needs to be in the squad. He's in a really good form at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm including him.
You can play Walcott and tell him to stay forward. Tell him not to get back. That's all would be.
I don't think anyone said this player yet, but I'm going to put Yves Bissouma in the squad because he's been linked to Liverpool recently, and I think he's really quite underrated. He does quite a lot for that Brighton side.
Yeah.
What was that goal he scored? The top bins, weren't it, or something? Really nice goal. Last couple of minutes of the game.
Man.
And I'm going to have to look through. I don't really pay attention to Brighton a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I think
Brighton because I just get bored of him.
Sorry for any Brighton fans out there, but
do you remember we went to Tower Bar, Josh, and we were watching the Brighton game, and we were just bored out of our minds completely?
Which one was the Brighton game?
I don't know. I can't even remember who they were playing because it was the same day as the.
Yeah, he scored against Southampton.
It was a Palace game. The Palace-Brighton game. It was
Yeah.
so boring.
That was it. We just sat there bored out of our minds. And, oh my days, what have we done here?
I had a Zaha penalty. Nothing happened, and Alexis McAllister ended up scoring.
I think he scored against Everton, Basuma.
Chilling. But yeah, we can put Basuma in then.
Can Gross
really
go on
nice
the
goal
bench
as well.
then, please?
Yeah, we'll put Pascal Gross on the bench.
I don't. I just think he can play centre mid, right mid, left mid. He's played everywhere, I think, for Brighton.
It's fine.
I personally like Gross, Trossard, and March, but I don't think X-High enough. I just like them as players.
Yeah. Cool.
If Lamptey was fit, he would be in that team.
Yeah,
For sure. So it's not full Southampton.
Wait, was that you want to go back to the north and put Adam Forshaw in? What?
Mate, he's been injured for like 18 months. I'm not even sure he's alive.
I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I haven't seen him in ages. Not heard from him. I haven't seen him.
He popped up in the Take Us Home documentary.
Did he?
I was going to
Yeah,
end up putting like.
Oh,
go on. Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, he popped up in the Take Us Home documentary, and I was like, "Fucking hell, he's alive!"
I thought he was still at Sunderland. If I'm honest, I didn't know where he was. I thought he was still in the north.
Right. So Braxton, what have you got?
Well, I just nearly forgot to put Ward-Prowse in the side, so I'm glad I just looked up on my phone and remembered the Southampton squad. So my midfield, I've gone going like a 3-4-1-2. I've gone with Walker Peters, Bissouma, Ward-Prowse, Bertrand, and the cam is Armstrong. And I've already decided on my front two.
Yeah, same.
And it's Ings and Adams.
Yeah. That's what I've put.
That's what I've with.
That's what I've gone
with. More pace on the bench. He deserves a shout.
He's just not consistent enough, is he, though? That's his problem.
He's not. Can we put Welbeck on the bench as well, just for bands?
Yeah, we can put Welbeck on the bench.
I think he's done all right since he's gone there.
Yeah, I think he has as well.
I think he could be a really good player if he wasn't injured.
He is a good player.
But even better. You know, when you're like these players, if they weren't injured, they'd be even better. Like Wilshere, if he wasn't injured, he'd be up there.
Oh, yeah. We had Danny Royce. It was amazing for us. Then he went to Arsenal and he was playing well for Arsenal. He knocked us out in the FA Cup when we played against Arsenal. And like,
it's just injuries after injuries that keep him out.
Oh, yeah.
I feel sorry for him.
Right. I've finished the South 11. So we have got not all the Southampton squads, which will disappoint Mr. Josh Brown. So we've got McCarthy in goal, back three of Dunk, Bednarek and Vestergaard, Walker Peters and Bertrand as our wing backs, Bissouma, Ward-Prowse, Armstrong, midfield, Ings and Adams up top, subs as Rob Sanchez, Lamptey, Morpay, Ben White, Walcott, Gross and Welbeck.
Brighton bench.
Just a Brighton bench.
Yeah.
I quite like. Do you know what? I think that back three would be a decent back three in the Prem if they played together.
Not bad.
Lewis Dunk, you know what you need to do? You need to join Southampton, mate. Let's to join Southampton. Back three.
Which to the best region in the entire world, in England, I believe. Manchester, where we all know Manchester is red. Don't say anything else. It is red. We have won the last, 4 out of 6 games. Manchester is red.
When did you win the Prem last, though, in comparison to Man City?
No one cares about that.
What do you mean you don't care about winning the Prem? People care about winning the Prem and winning the Champions League.
No, it's not between who's won the Prem this and who's won the Prem then.
In recent years, they're a better team than you.
In recent years, they have won the Prem more times. Okay, I'm going to happily say that because it's a fact. But in those recent years, we have won the Europa League. Where's their European title? There we go. Thank you very much. Case closed. Manchester is
right, Mickey Mouse.
Red. Case is closed. That's all I care about. Manchester is red. The whole team, the Manchester 11, is not completely red. It is mostly red, not completely.
When did you last finish above them in the league? I don't know myself. I don't know when the last time was.
Good.
Quite a while.
Dean's finessing you here, Roshan. Dean's finessing you.
It's not.
I'm just.
You're getting marinated.
I think Man City have been the better team in Manchester for the past 10 years, in my opinion.
But the last time we finished above them was 2013-14 when we won the league last. Then after that, we have finished below them, but we have beaten them in the Manchester derby. Well, hey, and then they won a Premier League, but guess what? We won an FA Cup and we won the Europa League. Get in.
Abby, just let him have it. He's not going to stop.
I'm not stopping.
I mean, I think me, Josh, and Liv know different. I think we all think it's blue more than red, but we're just kidding.
You're Chelsea.
Actually, let me
We'll
count.
keep him happy. We'll keep him happy.
London isn't blue. London's blue and white, so we're a light blue. So I still take that.
London is red and
I've
white.
got 7 Man City players in my lineup.
7. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Oh, how many have I got?
6, I think. Oh no, I got 7.
I hate to say I've actually got 7.
Edison in goal.
I went De Gea.
Edison.
De Gea.
Are you mental, mate?
I know.
De Gea over Edison.
I have changed it. I did put De Gea, but thinking about it, I think Edison's better all round. This season.
We'll stick with De Gea. Yes. I mean, we'll either way, one of them's making the team, one of them's going on the bench. So the 3 of you have said Edison. So Edison.
De Gea.
I mean, it's just like you look at De Gea against Southampton, and like that save, the Ward-Prowse free kick, he should have easily saved that. It was like perfect height.
It was a good free kick.
I know it was, but he should have had a stronger hand to it at least.
Oh yeah, he's not the same as he used to be, but yeah. Cool. Back 4. What have we got? Or back 3 or back 5? What is it?
I've got a 4-3-3.
Ah.
Cool.
Yes, I have. We actually got the same.
I went 4-2-2, but okay, I can still change mine around. Don't worry. So what have we got? Is our back 4 then?
Walker at right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got Walker at right back. So I was just checking the Leicester team, and there's no Vardy in it. He's my striker.
Oh, I see.
He's on the bench.
For me, I really want to play Walker as a centre back, just so I could put in
Wan-Bissaka.
The best defender in the league, apparently.
No, defender in the league. He's the best right back, is what I said. Out of Reece James and who was the other one we were discussing. So,
I'd put that West Ham guy above Wan-Bissaka. I don't know about you. What,
Come
Kufel?
Hey.
Kufel over Wan-Bissaka.
Don't do that to Wan-Bissaka. Don't do Wan-Bissaka like that. Okay?
You can't tell me he's the best right back in the Premier League when he doesn't even get picked for England over 2 other England right backs.
Defensively, he is better than Reece James and Trent. Defensively,
yeah, but over round it's not.
But either way,
Trent, I don't think James is improving every day. I think, or every game. Sorry.
I had to take a hit to my ego. So my back 4, I went with Telles, Stones, Diaz, and Walker. That's mine. I could put Laporte, and I was like, I don't really know. I was like, I haven't seen Laporte play in a while, so I went with Stones and Diaz.
I couldn't pick a second centre back.
No,
really.
I couldn't either.
Diaz is 100% Diaz, but don't like the fridge. Lindelof's all right, but he doesn't play enough. Stones and Ake are just there.
Should we just chuck Twanzebe in then?
At this rate, you might as well, because I don't think anyone's good.
We're putting him in. Twanzebe, he shut Mbappe up, so we're putting Twanzebe in.
No.
I've gone with, this is going to be a controversial back 4. I've gone with Wan-Bissaka at right back, with Walker and Diaz in the centre back.
Yes.
And then Luke Shaw at left back.
No, I think Cancelo should go left back.
Luke Shaw, not Luke Shaw.
No.
I'm gonna go with my other pick, which is Cancelo.
Cancelo should be left back.
He's Telles. Cancelo
Telles doesn't even play over Shaw.
He doesn't play enough.
But the thing is though, Telles is actually better at left back. And the thing is as well, Cancelo cannot play left back. If we want to put him in, I don't mind putting Cancelo right back and taking out Wan-Bissaka, because Cancelo gets trapped every time at left back.
Do you prefer Telles over Wan-Bissaka? Is that what you say?
If I'm at least,
it's changed now. I feel like
there's a lot of contradicting going on here.
What's happened
here? I just don't want Cancelo left back. That's my only thing. I don't want left back.
I like him. I think he's good.
We've
got Dallas at left back, and he don't play left back.
I mean, he does. He's a
left winger.
He used to play left back in the Championship.
Do you know what? He might as well be in goal at this rate.
I mean, okay, so right, let's take out Edison, put Carl Walker in goal then. There we go.
I mean, he has played in goal.
You go back against Atlanta.
What is going on right now?
I don't know.
Rashford's getting a bit
Let's
better,
move
I
on.
think. But
Let's move on to the midfield.
We'll keep.
I've gone with a midfield of Rodri, Hernandez, and De Bruyne.
It's not Hernandez, but yeah, that's agree with that.
I didn't go with that.
I didn't go with that.
It's not Hernandez.
Foden and Rodri.
Oh, that's a good one. Foden's a good one.
Because I feel like when Foden comes on, you ask yourself, why is he not playing? Because he's always doing something, and he changes the game completely.
That's basically just 3 attacking midfielders we've got.
I put Foden
Right.
actually in my front 3, but for my middle 3, I've made a bit of a bold statement. I've gone Hernandez, De Bruyne,
Hernandez.
and I've actually put McTominay in there.
Yeah.
Controversially, I know. I think when he plays, I think he plays well. I think he's a good player. He scored a couple of goals the other day. I think when McTominay and Fred are in there, I think they bring more stability to the Man United team than if you put Pogba and one of them in there. And then with Fernandes in front, I think having McTominay there protects the dumb and dumber at centre half and actually helps them a bit better, in my opinion.
Not dumb. Lindelof is not dumb.
He's dumber. He's the dumber one.
No. Lindelof is not dumb. Lindelof is not even dumber. Lindelof is smart. Maguire is dumb. He's dumber. He's whatever you want him to be. He's a retard. It doesn't matter. Either way. But yeah, if I could do my 4-2-2, I had Rodri and McTominay as my 2 CDMs, and then I went De Bruyne and Bruno as my cams. But I could have swapped De Bruyne for Phil Foden. But to be honest, I'm open with whatever we put as long as I get Bruno in because that's guaranteed.
Oh yeah, Bruno is a given.
I'm sticking with Rodri, Hernandez, and De Bruyne.
Stop saying Hernandez. He's not Hernandez anymore. I mean, he was last season, but this season he's not. I don't think. What?
Hold on, I'm just going to check the stats of how many penalty goals he scored.
He's only scored 2 this season, I'm pretty sure.
And
It's very low this season.
4.
One against Leeds, definitely.
Yeah, 4.
4.
This season?
Yeah.
No way.
I'll never forget the penalty he got against Villa last season.
Oh,
I mean, he trod on the guy, went down like he got hit by a brick and got a penalty. I'm sorry.
Oh, is that when you fouled the other player?
Yeah, he fouled
got the
Konsa,
foul.
and then
Yeah,
he was
and
like,
got-
yeah. He stepped on Konza's foot and then went down, and then ref goes, yeah, penalty, and I was like, get in.
And we had VAR, I just don't get it.
That was prime Hernandez. This is not Hernandez. Now this is Bruno Fernandes. It's different. He's not Hernandez anymore.
no, I don't know about that.
It's
And
true.
then,
Front 3.
yeah,
I've gone with Sterling on the right, Bernardo
Yep.
Silva on the left, and Rashford through the middle.
Cool.
I put Foden up there this time. I had to put Foden in the team.
Yeah.
I've got Foden, Sterling, and Rashford.
Cool.
I've got Cavani because I just thought we needed a striker. And I
No.
know he hasn't been playing consistently, but I think when he comes on, he does change the game. And to have 5 goals / assists in 8 games, for someone who doesn't come on a lot, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
But
with
it's
Liv.
all about consistency there, though. He needs to be playing consistently if he wants to be in the next side, doesn't he? Really? So
Yeah, I agree with Liv in terms of I put Cavani in because we need like an actual striker. Rashford could be there, but he's not really a striker. He prefers to be out on the wing, and he does play a lot better out when he's out on the wing. Obviously Aguero is a no-go. Jesus is no-go. Ferran Torres has been playing as a striker, but I wouldn't really want to put in there. Sterling has played striker, but for England, but again, it's no. So I
not
went
very good, I don't think.
No.
Sterling right. I went Sterling right wing, Rashford left wing, and then Cavani through the middle. That's what I went with.
So the final Manchester 11 with subs
Yes.
is Ederson in goal, Wan-Bissaka at right back, Walker and Diaz as the centre backs, Cancelo at left back, Rodri as the Hernandez and De Bruyne in midfield. Sure, Hernandez. Sterling, Rashford, and Silva at the front 3. Subs: De Gea, Foden, Laporte, Fernandinho, Martial, McSauce, and Aguero.
Where's Cavani in this? Cavani should be a sub. He's basically a super sub.
Is Foden in there? Didn't hear Foden. Did I hear Foden?
Foden is in there.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, can you read that subs out again? Because I'm confused.
He's basically just
De
read out the
Gea.
match squad and then just got
Yeah.
Martial sauce.
De
Yeah, so
Gea.
you put Martial over Cavani. That's what I was like.
Yeah, might have to change
Okay,
that.
all right. I'll put Cavani in.
Right, Martial maybe last season, but Martial this season, no.
Yeah.
All right.
As well.
Cavani.
Even the United fan knows that.
Right, De Gea, Foden, Laporte, Fernandinho, just as like a centre back / midfield, holding midfielder over Rodri.
Give him. Put Fred in.
Cavani. Shut up! I'm not putting like Man United players in there.
Josh is not having fun now.
I'm not having this. Manchester is not red. It is blue. So it's why there's 8 Man City players in there and nearly. There's 4 of them on the bench. Okay, right. So De Gea, Foden, Laporte, Fernandinho, Cavani, Scott McSauce, and Aguero.
Okay, I feel that's a
I'll
better
take
bench.
that.
Yeah.
There you go. That is the Manchester 11.
I just typed "is Manchester red" on Google and it said yes. It said Manchester has won more trophies, so therefore I'm gonna have to see Manchester.
So if you go on trophies, Arsenal's the best team in London, but let's be realistic, they're not. I know we lost to them, but they're not the best team in London.
You're in no position to say they're not the best when you just
Yeah,
lost
but it's
them.
like trophies. Obviously, Liverpool's won the most trophies in Merseyside, but they are the better team in Merseyside. You've
Yeah.
won more trophies than Man City, but Man City, we all think are better than Man United within the last 10 years. Arsenal have won the most trophies in London, but they're currently not the best team in London. It's probably Spurs or Chelsea similar, but
City have not been better than us in the last 10 years. They've been better than us in the last 6 years, but not the 10 years.
okay.
We
I'll take that. I'll take the last 6 years from you because at the moment I can't get nothing else.
We won 24. We won the Premier League in 2013-14. How are you telling us they were better than us in that
City
season?
have won it since then, so
We've won Europa League. We'll take that.
oh,
You can say that as well. You're the only team.
I mean I can say that, but
Yeah, you're
I
the only
prefer the Champions
European
League.
in London. I mean, we've got a Champions League as well.
We do, we do.
Leeds don't.
You were
Villa
close.
do.
Close.
Yeah, we lost, didn't we, in the final?
Yeah, you had
Villa,
that was when you had Don Revy as your manager.
Big up, Don.
I read this stat the other day that Fulham were in the 2013 Europa League final.
It was like 2009 or 2010.
Something
They
like that,
beat
yeah.
Juventus, and they faced Atletico Madrid, I think, in the final.
Fair enough. Respect to them.
Yeah, they are a shadow of their former self.
I still find it funny to see
like
Forest have won 2 Champions League.
I mean, like with that Fulham squad, you had Clint Dempsey, what a man. You had, I think you had maybe Breeder Hangeland or something like that. Philip Senderoff.
Was that before or after Bobby Zamora?
I think that was during Bobby Zamora.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think he would have been in that side actually. Yeah.
Chilling.
So
So
that
the
is
last
our
What time's
recent
Leicester game?
It's on now.
3
Oh,
Yeah.
is at 3
I
o'clock.
don't know that.
Yeah, so all
I
the
forget we're in
games there are
like
on
festive
Prime.
period. I forget we're in festive period right now because I was like, no game
Yeah.
should be playing till 5.
It's bank holiday, innit? So that's why there's a game on now.
That makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
All 3 are on Amazon Prime today, so I think I might put that one after.
Chilling.
Oh yeah, it's on at 3, and then Chelsea Everton at 5:30. Everton Man City at 8.
What are we thinking for today? What are we thinking the results will be?
Leicester will beat Palace. Palace are in some
Oh, yeah,
horrible
Palace
form at the
will-
moment.
Yeah,
Horrible.
Be Palace.
But
Chelsea.
I'll-
they're
Villa?
over reliant
I'll
on
take a
Zaha,
draw.
though, aren't they?
Against Villa. I'll take a draw.
Villa, I think
it's
they're
a
going
draw,
for a Villa win.
You going
I
Villa?
would go Villa win or a draw.
Okay.
Chelsea win.
And then Everton Man
Not-
City is a hard one, but I think I'm going to favour Man City.
I'm favouring City on
Oh.
that.
I'm going to say like it's going to be like a 1-0 or something. It's going to be really tight, I think.
Yeah, I think Everton at home with the fans, are they? I think that might be a
Yeah.
bit of a boost.
Perfect. So, before we finish off, I'd like to conclude with where we believe each one of our teams will finish in the league. This is something we're doing every time. So, Abby, let's start with you. Where do you think Chelsea will finish in the league at the end?
I'm still sticking to what I said last time. I think
Which means
I know things aren't looking good at the moment, but we all go through blips, and this is a bit of a blip. I'm still confident we'll finish top 3. I think if we get all of our players back fit, because obviously James is niggled injury, Chilwell, Ziyech is injured, wingers, etc. I think if we hit that run of form of what we were hitting before, I think a 3rd place is going to happen. But I've got to be optimistic and say 2nd. Go on, I'm going to just throw out the window, even though I think against Villa we're not going to win. I'm going to say 2nd. Go on, 2nd.
Okay. I mean, Olivia, let's see what you think for Leeds. Where do you reckon you're?
Right. Going off stats,
Yeah,
we are 1 point better than Sheffield United at this point in the season last year. So I feel like that's a good stat to go off. But everyone knows Leeds will have a dip, like any team. I'm going to say I don't think we'll be in a relegation battle, but I think we'll just be about like 15th maybe. We need to sort out our back line. Hopefully we can get, our actual centre backs back and get Aylin back to a right back. I think it all depends on that. But I think, definitely enough to stay up and not get drawn into Fulham, West Brom or Burnley or anything like that. So 14th, 15th, maybe 16th, I'll go with.
Okay, fair enough. Josh, what about you for Reading?
I'd say we win every league game from now on and we win the league. But to be realistic, we were looking a bit like a mid-table side with all our injuries right now. But if we get them back, if we get players like Lucas Shaw back and Elise starts and we don't lose him in January because he's been linked to a few Prem clubs.
Yeah,
I say we're looking at the playoffs. If we really push it, I think we could get automatic. But I don't think we'll win the league. I think minimum we expect is playoffs, or we maybe finish outside that, which I would have took at the start of the season. I mean, I predicted us to finish 18th at the start of the year because I didn't know how Paunovic was going to be like and what our team was going to be like. So I'd take mid-table, but I hope with the start we've had, we should finish in the playoffs.
Perfect. For me, I would like to say we'd finish top 4, but honestly, I don't really know. I know we're sat 4th at the moment and we still technically got a game in hand, but our game in hand is awful. So I don't know. I reckon we'll probably finish Europa League. Knowing us, we're just bottle jobs at the moment. But yeah,
I think it's hard. I think it's hard with our teams, Roshan, because it's so tight up there, and we're all losing to each other, or we're drawing because we've drawn against Spurs and we've drawn against your team. Then obviously we've lost against Everton. And obviously I feel like Wolves are always going to be around that area. I just feel if in the second half of the season, if our teams can beat teams around us, obviously, then I think we'll propel ourselves. That's why I'm being very optimistic about it.
We drew with Chelsea. We lost 6-1 to Tottenham. We will be playing.
That was unlucky. That was really unlucky because I thought Lamella should have been sent off as well.
Lamella should have been sent off, but I don't really think it. I'd like to say it made. I will keep continuing to say it will make a difference, but realistically, it probably wouldn't have made a difference. We've got Liverpool game week 19, big one. That's our double game week. We have Liverpool, and then I think we play Fulham that same week as well. So for all of you that are on FPL, don't put De Gea in because we are playing Liverpool and then Fulham. So he will not keep a clean sheet for Liverpool. But yeah, for us, we are in an awkward position. I mean, for Liv to say 15th, 16th, I think it's all right, but I don't know. I feel like Leeds could push it a bit more.
I think so. Yeah, I think
it depends. Have you seen our April month though?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. You're
our April month we're gonna get fucked so hard because it's like Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, and Man United, I believe, all in the one after each other.
Jeez, you've done them fixtures. I think someone wanted you to go down.
April's gonna be a hard month.
There's always a spell where teams will get awful fixtures, but it's just you got to capitalize on the easy ones first. I think that's what some of the teams are missing right now, just capitalizing on what should be easy games, but really aren't because teams are improving.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, just need to beat West Brom now.
Yeah, true. All right, so that is everything for On the Bench episode 2 with myself, Abby, Joshua Brackstone, and Olivia. We have no Josh Brown, unfortunately, as you've obviously seen. He will be here next time. Don't worry, he will be here. Unfortunately, he's on a train on his way to Stoke. So I will catch you next week. Abby will catch you next week, and we will have 2 guests. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.